This ball was given to me in 1963. I was injured playing Little League baseball and had to have respiratory surgery. And all my teammates signed this ball. And I got to looking at it, and the marital fallout, Mike Stanfield, was on here. So I called him and told him his name was on here, and we've got this going right now.
Well, Mike called me about 2 weeks ago about he'd found this ball he had when we was kids. We played Little League baseball, and he said, "Mike, your name's on it," and some more guys. He started reading off some of the names, and one of them was Denny King, Mark Bailiff, Pat Watson,
Mike Albright.
Mike Albright.
E.L. Crabtree.
E.L. Crabtree was our coach, and the named team was the Optimists. And he asked me if I remembered playing ball, and I thought, at our age, we're lucky to remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Let alone 50-some years ago.
Really?
And he started talking about it and started bringing back memories when we were kids. And I do remember Mike getting hit with this ball. It ruptured his spleen, and they had to take his spleen out, and Mike almost died. And when he did get out of the hospital and came back, that finished his ball playing. But on the pitcher's mount, our coach E.L. Crabtree presented Mike with this game ball.
And if I remember right, I think it was Longmire was on. Elmer. Yeah, I believe he was the one that gave it to me. Presented the ball out there from the radio station.
But
where'd y'all play your games in those days?
Liberty Park.
Liberty Park, behind the West Flott School. Yeah. And on this ball it says May the 22nd, 1963, Little League, Coach E.L. Crabtree. And I was telling Jack Reynolds about the ball, and Mark Bailiff, he was one of the team players. Mark has since passed away, and another player, Pat Watson. And you thinking about this ball and us being kids playing baseball, these guys were good ball players, and it was such an honor for us, the kids, to play with some of these guys. So,
oh yes.
And it really means a lot. And I called Mr. Reynolds last night and told him to be sure and tell Mr. Bailiff, because he comes out here every Tuesday on a Follett from Knoxville, that his son's name is on this ball. If he'd like to see it, he can contact me, and I'd get with Mike and let him see his son's name. But I remember Pat Watson. All through life, Pat passed away a few years ago. Pat always had a big smile on his face.
Oh yes, every time you see him, you can say hello.
And wavy. His hair was always real wavy, even when he was a kid. And he worked for Food Line and grocery stores for years. And Mark Bailiff, I remember Mark. He was dark skinned and a real neat looking guy with real black hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such an honor for both us guys to even know him, let alone
play
ball with him.
Yes.
And Denny King, he went on to be a TBI agent for the state of Tennessee. And of course, me being the mayor, it's such an honor.
Can you remember any more of the names or read any more?
Okay, Larry McCarty, Mike Stanfield, Dallas Pruitt, Denny King, Pat Watson, Dennis Heverly, Mark Bailiff, Alan Seals, Daniel Birchfield, Lee Heverly, Roger Lloyd, Mike Albright, and Coach E.L. Crabtree. And there's a couple of names I can't make out. There was one guy, Denny W. I can't remember who that was.
Can't remember his name. It's been so long, But I've had that ball put up, and for some reason, this is what it was. My granddaughter had a thing at school. She had to take something back from the 60s. And I said, here, we'll take this. And she had a great time with it at school, at Jacksonville School there. And they had a good thing at it, and I got in touch with Mike about it then.
And Mike asked me, he said, you remember which team we played on? Well, you had Peoples, First National, Lobie Block, the Lions. I couldn't even remember.
Yeah, really, yeah. And
then when I seen the ball, it's on here, the Optimist team.
Yeah, it's Optimist team, yeah.
But it's just something to be real proud of.
Oh, yeah, it means a lot to me.
Mike had it for years and lost it, and he found it.
Yeah. I had it put up in a box with other baseballs I had saved.
I would like for the guys that sees this story on your program, if they can get in contact with us,
Right.
Maybe all of us get together and go to dinner or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd like to see how many's still alive and how many people remembers it.
Oh yeah, sure. You can call me, Mike Stanfield. My home phone number is 423-562-9757. Or my cell phone is 423-912-8952. And it'd be great to hear from any of these guys.
And my number is 865-255-0394. And yes, fellas, if you see this, let's get together. If you remember this, let's get together and see what we can come up with here.
And another thing too, we just want to thank Coach E.O. Crabtree from taking time out of his schedule to teach us kids about baseball. Another coach was Dan Marlowe. Dan was a painter, and he took time out from painting to teach us kids. And Lejeune Farmer, and Lejeune was a mailman for the post office. And Dan's passed away, and so is Mr. Farmer. But we do appreciate them taking time out of their schedule to
yes,
try to teach us how to play ball.
We sure do. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.